Subscribe to my channel Report Stock.
Welcome, everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into RedHill Biopharma. We're looking at their recent transformation story. We'll unpack their latest financials, operational updates for the first half of 2025. Really, we want to understand how a specialty biopharma company navigates these huge strategic shifts, drives growth, advances R&D, and improves financial stability. It's quite a balancing act. Ready for some insights into drug development and corporate resilience? Okay, let's dig in. So they talk about an extensive strategic, financial, and operational overhaul. I mean, it sounds massive, especially in biopharma. What does that reshaping actually look like on the ground? And maybe more importantly, what are the first real signs that it's working?
Well, what's really interesting, I think, is how fundamentally they seem to have rewired things internally. It's not just, cutting costs here and there. It feels like a genuine strategic pivot. And the evidence, look at the cash burn reduction. It's significant, 19% down this year. And that's after a huge 74% cut last year.
Wow.
That has a direct impact on their financial footing. And that's a key sign of success in this kind of capital-heavy industry.
Okay, so that's the big picture overhaul. Let's zoom in a bit on Talisha. That seems like a major success story. They've apparently increased net revenues, sold more units, but with, and this is the kicker, significantly reduced resources. How did they pull that off? What were the key commercial moves there, especially being leaner?
Right, and the numbers really do show some smart, targeted work. Those U.S. formulary wins for Talisha, getting onto insurer-preferred lists that added 8 million more covered lives, that brought the total to over 204 million. So that's real market penetration. Plus, we're seeing the groundwork for international expansion. Yeah. They've got a UK marketing authorization application coming up soon, and their first sales outside the U.S. hitting milestones.
Okay. And there was also that deal, the RHB 102 out-licensing one, with Hyloris Pharmaceuticals up to $60 million global, but excluding North America. What does that signal for their sort of overall revenue strategy?
Yeah, that's crucial. It diversifies their income streams. You've got the direct sales growth from Talisha, and then this out-licensing revenue alongside it. It helps support their R&D programs, which, importantly, seem to be mostly funded externally now. So it minimizes how much the company itself has to spend directly on development. It's quite a smart approach to manage cash flow while still innovating.
Right, smart. Okay, let's shift to the R&D pipeline then, because there's some really interesting stuff happening there. Opaganib, for instance. They've started recruiting for a phase 2 study in advanced prostate cancer, and it's supported by Bayer. What's the new angle here?
Okay, so the interesting part is the precision medicine approach. They're using a companion biomarker test. It's called PC-Pro. Basically, it helps identify which patients are most likely to actually benefit from Opaganib based on their specific lipid biomarkers. Yeah. And this is for metastatic castrate-resistant prostate cancer, which is, advanced prostate cancer that's stopped responding to standard hormone treatments. A huge unmet need.
Right.
And Opaganib's also showing potential elsewhere, like Ebola, GIA-RS, that's gastrointestinal acute radiation syndrome, with U.S. government funding, and even diabetes and obesity disorders, so quite versatile.
Okay, wow. And then there's RHB 204 for Crohn's disease. They got positive FDA feedback for what they're calling a groundbreaking phase 2 study. Groundbreaking is a strong word. What makes this study really stand out in the Crohn's research field? Could it be a paradigm shift?
I think it really could be. If you look at the bigger picture, this isn't just another study tweaking existing approaches. It's actually the first clinical trial ever in a very specific group of Crohn's patients. Those positive for Mycobacterium avium subspecies paratuberculosis, or MEP. They're targeting what many suspect could be a bacterial root cause of the disease in some people.
Ah, okay.
Instead of just managing symptoms, they're going after a potential underlying trigger. That's a fundamental shift. Plus, the study design itself is innovative, allows for a smaller sample size, potentially faster completion. That's always a plus in drug development.
Definitely. Okay, shifting gears again, but it's all connected to the financials. Beyond the science, the report shows some really strong improvements. Net revenues up to $4.1 million, gross profit doubled compared to last year, slashing operating losses nearly in half, securing that $13.5 million in liquidity, plus winning that court case against Kukbo for $8.25 million. That takes some serious resolve, making those tough calls under pressure.
Absolutely. It really demonstrates the impact of that overhaul we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Operating loss down from $8.4 million to $4.4 million. It's almost halved. And securing that extra liquidity, winning the judgment, it all adds up.
So pulling all that together, the better revenues, the lower losses, the legal win, what does this really mean for their stability going forward?
Look, these are critical improvements. especially considering they got that NASDAQ extension to regain compliance. It shows a very focused effort to, well, strengthen the company's foundations. It gives them the stability they need to keep pushing forward with both the R&D pipeline and their commercial plans.
It really has been quite a journey for Red Hill Biopharma, an incredible deep dive, really. You see the commercial wins with Talicia, the really potentially groundbreaking R&D in difficult areas like prostate cancer and Crohn's, and underpinning it all, a much stronger financial position. It really is a story of strategic transformation.
Indeed it is, and it highlights something important, I think. How focused innovation, even in a field as complex and frankly expensive as biopharma, can drive both commercial results and real progress for patients, especially when it's combined with, disciplined strategy and execution.
It certainly does. So maybe something for you, our listener, to reflect on. How might specialized companies like Red Hill continue to push the boundaries, not just treating symptoms, but really getting at the root causes of these complex diseases in the years ahead? What could that look like?
Subscribe to my channel Report Stock.